My first couple years with the Utah Flash, whenever you played the LA Defenders, you played in Staples. Man, this where Kobe played. This where the Lakers play. This is awesome. So when my rights got moved here, I don't know, I kind of couldn't believe it. My parents were huge Laker fans, so they're like, man, you going to them? Imagine you getting called up to them. What would that be like? I'm like, yeah, what would it be like?
Ingram with a shot, he caught it! 32 years old, first NBA game, over 380 games in the minor leagues, the D-League and the G-League. Congratulations, Mr. Ingram.
Straight down here, walk right back to our hotel. Got the basketball court used to be right here. Just to be back to LA, period, means a lot. I've played in LA for the LA Defenders, that was then at the time, and then the South Bay Lakers. I played with them longer than I played for anybody or any team at any time. The whole team would live here. They used to, when I was here, have a basketball court in this area. I guess they changed it to seating, but we had a basketball court, and this is where we live. The kids would go to school. This was the address we used for them for school. My family had our own 2-bedroom, and you're talking about me and 3 kids, and we were fine, which is a big deal, especially living out in this area, because if a team is not putting you up and you're paying to stay here, it just won't work for you. Yeah, we didn't have much to work with, so to have housing here was huge.
We were like penny pinching and everything.
We were.
Every year, like throughout the year, so.
Yeah, no, she's right. And tutoring, training, whatever I could do to kind of, that's how we had to do. Our focus was just us being together. That kind of helps everything. This place became home, so, we were here for 10 years. My kids grew up here. We go to farmers markets, we, know all the local places and, develop many friendships, a lot of friends, and, just 10 years of living here, it is home. Some of my biggest moments outside of the NBA call-up I got was during All-Star Weekend. So to be here for, purposes of this All-Star events coming back to the G League, I'm thrilled to be here for this.
He's a 13-year G League vet and former Los Angeles Laker, Andre Ingram.
I'm holding up already. He about to do something crazy. Oh! Nice. That's a 10. Dog, good work, Big Dog. Yes, sir. Excellent, dog. Excellent, dog. Yeah, I'm so glad to be here. I've been away so long, man. This feels like home. Y'all making me feel like home, bro. So, yeah.
Nah, it's good to see you.
I appreciate the respect, bro. Yeah, do your thing out here. Do your thing, man. Yes, sir.
I've been a part of a number of three-point contests, and the most memorable by far was during All-Star Weekend, 2016 in Toronto. Everybody knows me for the call-up, but if you didn't know me for the call-up, you knew me for Toronto. That year, I really, really wanted it. That was my best individual season as a South Bay Laker. Everything was going in. I was like, I need to solidify it. I need to win this three-point contest. And that was against Jimmer. And for whatever reason, I just felt like if I had won that three-point contest in Toronto, after all these years I spent in the G League, this is the year I'm gonna get called up. It's finally gonna pay off. So that season, I win it. And again, I'm thinking this is when it all comes together for me. Our South Bay Laker team, as like one of the bottom seeds, we make it to the D League Finals. And we play Sioux Falls, and we get to a Game 7, our version of a Game 7. Coming into that Game 7, I'm like, man, this is all coming together. I'm shooting the best I've shot in my career. I'm doing well. I won the three-point contest like I wanted. Everything's coming together.
Game 3 is underway. To Andre Ingram. In and out from 3.
And they're going to need him, though, to knock down some of those open looks outside.
Andre Ingram from the corner. Very few open looks on offense for LA.
And we have a massive letdown. Get blown out by 40. I play the entire game. I'm like 1 for 10 from the field. Worst game of, my career.
Just not meant to be for LA. A record season for Sioux Falls ends with a title. The Skyforce are
And I'm like, I'm never coming back to the G League. Never coming back. I get a job offer in Australia. I take it immediately. I say, I'm coming because I'm not going to the G League. And it's like I hit the ground in Australia and I just like feel it. Spiritually, I can just feel like, man, you're not supposed to be here. And the team is great. The country is great. It's Australia. It's perfect. We're near the beach. You know, I shoot it well. I play well. We're 2-0. I'm about to make more money than I ever have in my career. Everything is fine. So why are you not fine? I last all of 10 days. I tell the coaches I have to go. I just can't, you know, my spirit's not right. I have to leave. During that 23-hour combined flight home, I get a lot of time to think, and my perspective about my entire career at that point changes. I said, you know what, man, you play professional basketball for, you know, darn near 10 years. You have a lot of amazing accomplishments and stories to tell about it. So when you go back this time, and you are going back, you turn your perspective into being grateful for everything that you get out there. So 2017, 2018, we're at the end of that season. That's my mindset. I'm giving my all. I'm having another great season. But, you know, call up happens if it don't. I'm at peace because I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to do. So I get to the end of that season. We lose in the playoffs to the Austin Spurs. Derek White is on that team. And, you know, I know how this works. I've done it 10 times now. We have to have exit interviews where you meet with the GM and meet with the coach. It takes 3 days to do this for whatever reason. We couldn't just do it after we lost. So whatever, 3 days I'm just sitting around the hotel room, not really doing nothing, not training, giving my body a break. And it's time for my exit interview.
You know, just to start, I guess, wanted to see how the season was for you. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought overall, we'll start with the team.
And they're kind of dragging along the interview. I'm like, guys, I've got to go home like tomorrow. I ain't seen my wife and kid. I'm going to go home. And then as we are, you know, talking and talking, then Magic Johnson and Rob Pelinka walk in. And then I'm like, okay, the camera's here. Okay, the heart is racing a bit, you know.
We're very grateful to have you, and thank you also for, I know we were supposed to meet tomorrow, but we had to move the exit meeting up to today because the LA Lakers want to call you up and sign you for the rest of the season.
Wonder why those two big guys are back here. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate that. That. Thank you, boss.
Well, you know, just come on tomorrow and get ready.
Yeah. Magic said, when he gave me the hug, he said, you know what, I'm going to fly your family out here.
Get them on a plane. We're going to pay for it. We're going to fly them out.
I appreciate that.
I'm glad they got that on camera because I was going to hold them to that one.
What you stand for, the work you put in your DNA.
I appreciate it.
Talked to Rob Pelinka, then all of the coaches that I had throughout the years come in. You know, Brian Walsh and all the assistants come in, and it's just a big fan fest. Because like I said, LA, everyone fully embraced me from the time I got here.
Long time coming, man. I just thank you guys. I kind of alluded to it at the end of the season. I realized, like, you know, I try to work hard, but everyone does. You know, you guys work hard for me. I know all of you guys went to bat for me. I know you did. That's why it means so much, you know? I love what I do, but when people go to bat for you really hard, it, you know, that means everything to me. All of you. All of you.
I go from, you know, ready to pack up and get on a flight the next day to, you know, going downstairs on that court to get shots up because I've done nothing in 3 days. You know, just in case I get some playing time here tomorrow.
32-year-old Andre Ingram, who has never played in an NBA game. I'm not going to ruin the story because Kristen Ledlow has all of our information on him, but believe me, it is one that is heartwarming and is such a great way for this 2017-18 season to conclude. And away we go here in LA.
10 years in the G League and now has this opportunity to let the lights shine bright. Good luck to him tonight.
I get to the scorer's table, Chris Paul is there. It's like, man, I just want to tell you, man, I'm so proud of you. What an accomplishment type thing. Then we dapped up and went in, and the ovation of the crowd. Now I'm like, yeah, people know who I am.
Here comes Andre Ingram. What a nice applause.
Didn't want it to be a show. I wanted to be an NBA player. I wanted to get in, I wanted to communicate on defense, I wanted to set a screen, I wanted to feel the game. So that's what I was searching for. The Lord had something different in mind.
Ingram with a shot, he cut it! 32 years old, first NBA game, over 380 games in the minor leagues, the D-League and the G-League. His first shot in the NBA, a three, and he knocks it in. Congratulations, Mr. Ingram.
At that point, I'm not necessarily hearing the stands anymore. I tell people this all the time. I am feeling the electricity from the floor. I can feel it. You know, it's like it's like energy just shooting from the floor through my body, and I'm like, man, this is it.
As he gets another look from three.
Hit it again. How about that?
He has a quick trigger, too.
Here comes Ingram. He goes by. Capella hits a nice runner from two, and he's fouled.
Are you kidding me? Where has this kid been? He should have been over the Lakers all year.
Capella's got his second foul. Ingram, who went to American and played there from 03 to 07.
Are they saying MVP? Oh, I love it. I love it.
You know, it was awesome, man. From the first shot going in to everything feel like it's going in, to my wife being interviewed while I'm making shots and she going crazy on the interview.
Ingram, three, good!
He just hit another three, by the way. That was it.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, I'm so proud of him.
Ingram, three, yes! 19! In his first NBA game at the age of 32.
It was a night that, you just can't duplicate. No social media. So I don't know that, this guy's tweeting and this guy's tweeting and they're like, wow, and Kobe said, wow, and, Kobe is everything to me. There's a lot going on very quickly, and I, couldn't process everything that was going on. I had no idea the magnitude of what I was doing. It set in when the direct deposit hit. That's when it set in. And I'm like, man, I've played 2 days in the NBA, trumped my whole season. 2 days in the NBA trumped my entire salary for the G League season. The next season, I get a 10-day. This is LeBron's first year with the Lakers, and I get a full 10-day with them. Now that check, that was even better.
So we're going to get started with the Pay Yourself First panel. Sitting next to me, we have Andre Ingram, pro basketball player, and also board advisor at NBA G League.
So he said when I first got to the NBA, I spent majority of my career as a minor league player. When I first started out in professional sports, I was making $13,500 for the entire season. And that was for a 6-month season. And that would have to last me all year. But from that, little bit 13.5, I was coming home with 10 every year. The hardest lesson I learned was, man, I've been doing all right, making, a very little amount of money compared to, what I was aspiring to. I was trying to be an NBA player. I was not that. Spent 10 or 12 to 13 years in the minor leagues and having to make a little bit work with a lot. I have a family, I have kids. So the hardest lesson was, actually finding out I was doing all right for myself. I was actually handling that money well. And when I got the big check, I was like, well, just do it again with this amount. Thankfully, the G League unionized and I was able to be a part of that. Maybe my best legacy, as a G League player or representative is, getting the salaries to a point where you could have a career like I had, entirely G League, and be set. And, that's kind of what the goal was when our union started. And we are, if not there yet, still have more work to do for sure. We are definitely in a better place than we've ever been.
Just letting you know, it means a lot. Like, for the players that are now in this, even players that are in the future that may not realize it.
Sir.
So,
yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Man, no doubt, man. I appreciate you coming up to me, man. Love, dog.
All love.
Yes,
all
sir.
love.
Yes, sir.
Have a
Take your time. Yeah. Have a great rest of the season, too. Great rest of the season. Yes, sir.
The amount of people who are capable of being in the NBA, versus the amount of spots there is. It's just there's an imbalance there, you know. So when I got that call up, I feel like I represented all of those guys, the guys who are NBA players, just not in the NBA. So that was my call up, but it was everyone's call up. And I hear that a lot even when I'm home in Richmond, you know, how like the city of Richmond felt like they got called up. Like that stuff makes me very happy. None of this stuff is just for our own amusement, our own enjoyment, our own selves. It's for, you know, it's to bless somebody else. Like somebody else should be inspired by what you have done. And if not, you probably ain't done much. Kobe Carr would always tell me, how you do anything is how you do everything. So the same habits and disciplines that I have in anything, I do it with finances, and you can make it work. You really can. You know, so when me and my wife need more, you know, we put our head down and we, you know, do a little bit more, or I'll pick up more gigs, or I'll do a little bit something different. Whatever needs to be done will be done. Kind of keeps you alive to keep, you know, going and, you know, have that grind. And, you know, you won't rest so that you can work again. You don't want rest just to rest.
Kind of the story of why I haven't played since that season. When I got home that season, we found out she was already at, you know, stage 4 of lung cancer. And then when I found out that, I just grounded everything. I said, well, I'm not going anywhere until she either gets better or she passes. So that's how that happened. So that's why you haven't seen me on the court since then. And you know, she passed last year, and so since then been trying to get back. So hopefully I can get back to playing somewhere. I'm not doing all that training for nothing, so yeah, we'll see. I'm not gonna receive a call to play and not be ready to play. That just won't happen. So if I never get a call, never get an offer, that's okay. But if I do, I'm gonna be ready, you know, and it's hard to stay ready for as long as it's been since I played. But just as much as I believed in, you know, that day happening, yeah, I believe it to happen.